G'day guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Wildkard. Thank you for watching the Wildkard Rugby Show. Like, comment, subscribe, and yes, you are here today because you know I'm a very, very proud New South Welshman. And on behalf of all the North Welsh people, I feel really sorry for you guys because some of you guys have paid thousands and thousands of pounds traveling for 10, 15 hours on a flight all the way to Australia to watch a game where not a single person from your country is represented on the field. And I told you this was going to happen, right? Jack Morgan was going to get a dropped. I told you on the weekend, if you watch my review against the Waratahs, because I do think that fundamentally there is a lack of heart, there's a lack of spirit here in the Lions team under Andy Farrell's coaching. And, you know, sometimes I understand if Andy Farrell has a mentality of maybe coaching the Irish team, he's brought that mentality to the Lions tour. You know, when you're coaching Ireland, right, your main goal is to win the game, do the best possible for the Irish national, to deliver the best possible result for the national team. But when you're coaching the Lions, it's more than that. It's more than just bringing in the absolute best and the best and the best players and then neglect one of your four core audiences just so you can beat a club team that has, what? A bunch of, no disrespect, but the Brumbies has half of their players at the Wallaby camp. They literally have players debuting tonight against a bunch of debutants just so you can put a big score on a bunch of debutants. It's really embarrassing. You've taken what the tour actually means culturally, spiritually, emotionally for the players and for the fans. You've just flushed it all down the toilet. Like it's a job for where winning is everything. And that mentality showed tonight. When the Lions kicked 3 points against a bunch of literal debutants for their professional careers, not even debutants against the Lions, debutants in their professional careers against a bunch of debutants with multiple century, you know, people with 100-something test caps on the field, and yet they were kicking penalty goals just to stay ahead of the scoreline. You tell me if the Lions team hasn't lost its heart and soul. You look at me straight in the eyes and tell me in the comments that the Lions has not lost its heart and soul. And, you know, Andy Farrell, right, easily could have caught in a youngster from Wales. You know, Ben Thomas, to play one of these games. Even though he's never going to make the test team, easily could have him come in and play 10 in the first half. And they would have still won this match. There's no way, with so many test caps on the field, you're going to lose this one. Andy Farrell. And yet, here we are. The tradition's been broken. I'm sure the thousands and thousands of Welsh fans didn't want to pay thousands of dollars to come here in a cold night in Canberra and watch a bunch of Englishmen play rugby. That's probably the last thing they wanted to see. A bunch of Englishmen play rugby without a single person representing their country. It's embarrassing. It's disgraceful. I think Andy Farrell needs to really just drop somebody. Drop Owen Farrell. And bring in a Welshman. And make sure there's at least one person that represents a big contingency of your fan base. Honestly. And then, you know, if he likes having Kiwi in the blood so much, pick Anscombe. Anscombe can do everything Owen Farrell does, and is a Kiwi. Just a bonus, since you love having Kiwis on the field anyway, right? It's embarrassing. I think it's embarrassing. I think it really is. And this performance, you can tell. The Brumbies play with heart, play with energy, never relented a minute. And yet, it was the Lions that had to kick a penalty goal to settle their nerves, to make sure they win the game. Guarantee the win, guys. Let's make sure we're definitely out of reach with 20 minutes left on the clock. And seriously, unbelievable. And also, like, just want to point out something. Gibson Park seems to have a bit of a chip on his shoulder. So, here, you watch this. His own teammate, Will Stewart, came in and accidentally kicked the ball out of his hand. Right? And Will Stewart's just like, oh, oops, sorry. He went in to try to give him a man to put him off the ground, like, yeah. And Gibson Park is just there looking around like, whose fault is it? Just get up. Oh, it's your fault? Like, what's with the attitude? What's with the attitude? What's going on? Your teammate accidentally kicked the ball out of your hand. It happens. It's rugby. You're just sitting there like, whose fault is it? I mean, who's running this team? What happened? Where's the, like, spirit? Where is, like, the mateship? I mean, I couldn't believe what I saw. It's just quite embarrassing. Quite embarrassing. Oh, by the way, the scoreboard is not updating for some reason. It's actually 43 points to 24, I believe. Or did they decline the try at the end? I stopped watching at the end because after they scored another try at the end, didn't they? Or did that get declined? Did the try scored at 82 minutes that was declined? Is that what happened? Because I thought the scoreboard wasn't updating. But what is the score? I'm pretty sure they scored at the end. Did that get declined? Because, like, I thought the scoreboard was just not updating. Oh, it declined. Oh, wow. I didn't know that. Because I saw the try. No try. What happened here? Oh, held up again. Oh, that is so bad. That is so bad. He got it held up again. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Like, how... Oh, my God. Like, honestly, I am so proud of the effort of the Brumbies. Not just this game, but the whole year. The Brumbies has been really, really well. If you're watching my reviews, I always complain about the Brumbies kicking penalty goals, milking penalties, trying to take the easy way out. And it was only this year the Brumbies starting to break out of that pattern, break out of that mentality, and start really pushing themselves every game, trying to be a little bit better, trying to just, apply a bit more pressure and then focus on their fundamentals to line out them more. And it really showed tonight. This was a B team from the Brumbies, and they put on an absolute outstanding effort out there. I could not believe. I like the Canberra faithfuls. They show up every week. You can tell most of the fans are the Lions fans because everybody can almost pick out the Canberra fans every week. The guys that show up for the Super Rugby finals, for the games that nobody wants to show up, and those guys will be. I'm sure these guys will be so proud of the growth and development from the Brumbies, and especially their performance tonight. I'm really, really, really proud of them. Just fronted up physically. There's nothing fancy from the Brumbies. Fronted up physically and then exploited the space out wide with good hands. You can tell some of the players are a little bit graying. Some of the backdoor passes didn't go to hands. There was a little bit. Some people are rushing things a little bit, but that's just because the guys are new. They're working on it, and they are just incredible. Oh, by the way, when the Lions they opted for kicking the penalty goal, their own fans booed them. Their own fans booed them. Like, that was so disgraceful. Not for the fans, for the decision of the players on the field to kick the penalty goal. Because the fans didn't come 10,000 miles to watch you kick a penalty goals in a game against a reserve club team. That's embarrassing. Seriously. Should be ashamed of yourselves. Anyway, so, yeah. I guess, one thing, I think that, in addition, I thought the only good thing about Lions was, once again, Ellis Genge dominated the scrummaging. When Andrew Porter came on in the second half, did not nearly look as good. Even the line-out, the more look a bit messier with Andrew Porter on the field. I think Genge is once again potentially looking at locking down the number 1 jersey. He's done a great job. Just all around the park, he had a really high work rate as well. So I think that, some of these players, I think Andy Farrell probably had in mind as his starting players. might not get the start that they probably felt like they deserved from some of these performances as well. Like Gibson Park, like I saw it there. I thought Alex Mitchell came on and played immediately better than him. I thought, like Genji definitely played better than Porter. In fact, the whole scrum looked a bit better when Genji was on the field. In the whole 4-pack a little bit better when I guess the Englishmen were on the field, and it's just I just not sure what's going on behind the scene. Did bringing Owen Farrell really break everybody's spirit a little bit? But this is just really, really breaking the culture and spirit of the team quite a bit. So anyway, let's have a look at the stats of the game. That's now being said. 4 tries for the Brumbies, 5 to the Lions. Yeah, you definitely had to kick the penalty goal to get yourself ahead. 428 run meters for the Lions, 198 for the Brumbies. And the Brumbies were more efficient in all of their strategies, all of their executions. There were a lot of times you can tell the Lions just didn't really know what to do. Like, they had all the talent in the world and just kind of like, I'm not sure what to do, and just kind of like kick the ball away. And I think that, again, just shows, I don't know what they're doing behind the scenes under Andy Farrell, but this just didn't really look like a convincing performance out there at all. 15 turnovers considered against the Lions, 11 against the Brumbies, 148 tackles made for the Brumbies, 27 missed tackles, 112 tackles made for the Lions, 12 missed tackles. That was slightly worse for the Brumbies, but again, you're literally against, people that have played in the Rugby World Cup final, and this is like your first professional match. That's quite an outstanding effort from the Brumbies, and I'm just so proud of the players and their performance. 26 kicks in play. I think the Brumbies actually had a better kicking game, just managed to kick, like, there's more purpose in their kicking, whereas the Lions were just kind of like kicking the ball away a little bit for almost just out of ideas. Like I said, 21 kicks for the Lions, 2 conversions missed by Lonergan, 1 for the Lions, and there was 1 disgraceful penalty goal. Oh my god. 603 kicking meters for the Brumbies, 667 for the Lions. And then we've got, moving down, where's the scrum? What happened to the scrum? Oh, here it is. Anyway, line out, 15 liners for the Brumbies, 2 loss, 19 for the Lions, 0 loss. Now, the Lions, the line out was a little bit interesting for me because the referee, the French referee, Pierre Brousset, on the weekend on the Wallabies game, every line out when it's tiny bit not straight, he called it. And tonight, they were line out just completely crooked. Thrown all game, he did not call a single one. So I don't know what's going on. Maybe somebody had a word with him, told him that this is Super Rugby law or something. But that was a bit of a head scratcher. He changed so quickly. 2 lineouts lost for the Brumbies and a no lineout loss for the Lions. Scrums 5 apiece. I thought the Genji really dominated scrums in the first half, despite not able to get that not able to get any tight head wins, but they did really well to get some of the turnovers. Despite the scrummagey dominance, I thought some of the new guys from the Brumbies, the Probs, did really well defensively, put on big shots on some big boys as well. So I was really proud of their efforts there. 11 penalties considered against the Brumbies, 11 against the Lions. There was 1 yellow card given against the Brumbies for repeated penalties right at the end of the game, so it really didn't really matter. But again, just really great effort by the Brumbies overall, and just an absolutely embarrassing performance from the British Irish Lions. So let's do a quick cap of the scoring of the game. So 3 minutes into the game, the Brumbies actually get their first try on the ball. There was a bunch of repeated penalties against the Lions. Brumbies, obviously, like they did the whole season, went for the line out, went for the maul, pick and go, and then what's his name? Tua Tai, I think his name is, goes in for the try. Just physicality. 5 points. The Lonergan shanked the goal conversion, gets the first points on the board. And also within the first 13 minutes, there was like Lions players down left and right. I was like, what's going on? Literally, the game just started and there was just players down left and right. Kinghorn seemed to be injured, taken off the field early, and Marcus Smith came on. Hopefully he's okay, because I really like Blair Kinghorn. 14 minutes in the game, there was a try for the Lions. They had a penalty. They won the they had what is his name? They had a big scrum from Ellis Genge, and then there was a they had a line out, and then just a bunch of pressure piling through, and then eventually Ollie Chesham gets the short ball, crash through for the try. 5 points apiece. Lions also missed the kick. After this one, 29 minutes into the game. 22 minutes of the game. What's his name? I think it's Andy Muirhead saved the try with his shin. Put his shin under the ball for some reason and saved the try. 29 minutes in the game. There was you can tell that the Brumbies defense was biting in on the inside defender and then leaving out space out west. The Lions just spread the ball out wide to James Lowe. Gets the dot down this time after getting held up by the shin. 12 points to 5. 36 minutes of the game. There was a penalty. Another more collapse penalty against the Lion. The ball went the back door over the top. Corey 2 went in for the try. 12 points to 10 just before halftime. I thought the Brumbies, this probably was the biggest and only mistake they made, like big, I guess, gut-wrenching mistake by the Brumbies. It was pretty much halftime, and there was basically like a goal line dropout for the Brumbies. Instead of just kicking it deep, they kicked it short. And then the Lions just turned the ball over inside the 22. Literally one phase later, there was just a big bit of an overlap, bit of a gap opened up in midfield. And Finn Smith, Tom Curry, and quick hands to Marcus Smith, ran in for the try. 19 points to 10 halftime. Could have been just 12 points to 10. Brumbies really gave away that for free there. Second half starts 46 minutes in. There was some nice shoulder-to-shoulder pass between the Lions centers. And Marcus Smith got the ball, kicking the ball behind. He went through, kicked the ball behind, and Gary Ringrose ran in. 26 points to 10 for the Lions. 50 minutes into the game. The Brumbies get themselves on the ball. There was a little kick behind. The Lions tackling goal. So the Brumbies had a scrum. They went for the blind side. The ball went the blind side. And just good hands out to the win. And Muirhead. Is it Muirhead? Muirhead passed to Crichton, who just came on for the try. Just nice little unders angle punch through. Poor defense for the Lions there. 17 points to 26. And then after this, Andrew Porter is on. Didn't look as good as Gillett Skenge. 60 minutes in, the Lions right in front of the goal line, repeated penalty, warning against the Brumbies. The referee literally said any more penalties could go into the bin. The Lions should have gone for the kill there, but they opted to take 3 points right in front of the goalpost. It's not like a good kick. They wanted to practice goal kicking for the goal kicker. Literally, a child kicked this one over. How close and how easy this was, and there was a boo from the Lions fans after this decision was made. It was very embarrassing. They get this one through. 19 points to 17. 67 minutes in the game. There was another Lions line out. They went for the maul, and it looked like they scored. I'm pretty sure they did. But there was not enough of a clear, obvious visual for the ball grounding. Like the ball seemed to hit the ground, but it looked like it may have lost the ball when it hit the ground. So no clear indication to overrule on-field decision. And then 67, there was another line out, another more. And finally, this time, the Lions gets it through. Van der Fleer gets it this time. 17 points to 36. And then 74 minutes in the game, there was another Brumbies try. There was multiple penalties against the Lions in front of the goal line. The Brumbies just went for the tap and go, and they just rammed themselves through under the post for the try. Bowron gets in for the try for the Brumbies, 24 points to 31. And then finally, 82 minutes, it looked like the British Irish Lions really gets one more on the ball. And we just saw there. I thought they scored. I turned the TV off, and then it turns out they didn't score. Final score, 24 points to 36. Really, really well done for the Brumbies. Held up the last try there to hold out for the embarrassing performance. Thanks for watching, guys. Like, comment, subscribe. Let me know your thoughts. And hopefully I'll see you guys tomorrow for the news. Cheers.